Talking. It's something we've been doing since we were children, but still something that many of us struggle with as adults. Unfortunately, small talk is an unavoidable aspect of life. Whether you're sharing a space with people you work with for 40 hours a week, or simply acknowledging the common acquaintances in your life, small talk will be a necessity for as long as you won't want to be a socially outcasted hermit. But this doesn't mean small talk has to suck. How are yous don't always have to end with good and an awkward walk away. Even though you've been talking since toddlerhood, it doesn't mean that you've been productively getting better, as growth in social interaction requires practice, and in today's age, opportunity for practice has been more limited than ever. With screen time at all-time highs, and social media being the center of attention for social interaction, it's understandable why many of us struggle with holding interest in conversation. Through digital messages, we miss out on so many key components to conversation, such as body language, tonality, facial expression, eye contact, speed of expression, and so much else. Understanding and responding with these elements is crucial to having meaningful interaction, and is said to represent over 90% of the information conveyed in communication. So, where can you start? Let's begin with body language, one of the most important, if not the most important element of communication. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say if your body language doesn't align with what's being said, as it will subconsciously communicate how you're really feeling. Let's take some notes from Joe Navarro, a former FBI agent and a recognized expert on nonverbal behavior who wrote What Everybody Is Saying. To quickly summarize, when speaking, you always want to give off open body language, which displays that you are confident and comfortable in your environment. When you display closed body language, you're communicating that you are feeling awkward and insecure, which creates awkward energy to be around and makes having a good conversation significantly harder. Examples of closed body language are generally actions that close up the space your body takes up. Examples of this are crossed arms, uptight shoulders, a tucked-in chin, feet that are very close together, and hands in pockets. Other examples include soothing actions that occur subconsciously. This involves self-contact, such as touching your own hand, running a hand through your hair, rubbing your leg, biting your lip, etc. Actions that you may do in times of nervousness. Another subconscious sign is the direction your feet are pointed. When people are uninterested in conversation, they may have their feet pointed towards their exit, as they intend to leave as soon as they can. Having an open and front-facing posture plays a bigger role in communicating interest than you think. When we are comfortable and interested in the company we're around, our bodies tend to open up and take more space. The whole concept of open versus closed body language is our primitive instinct to coil up in times of stress versus exposing our bodies when we are comfortable. Open body language are actions such as comfortably resting your arms out, having a wider stance, carrying your chin higher, flailing your hands and elbows during conversation, or what you may have heard some people explain as man-spreading. Open posturing shows comfort and engagement and creates a much more inviting atmosphere for conversation. After being more aware of your body language, the next thing you'll want to work on is simply not running out of things to say. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say, it simply matters how you say it. As long as you are making the other person feel welcome and their presence appreciated, the topic is very much secondary. For starters, a common conversation killer is answering basic questions literally. Countless times I've overheard a "how have you been?" that simply ended with "good." Instead, try and throw sarcasm in the mix, which creates light-hearted humor and opportunity for other topics. For example, if you're feeling down, you can respond with "barely alive," and when questioned, let you dive into whatever inconvenience you're facing and segue into an interesting question for them. Or if you're feeling alright, you can respond with "living the dream," and talk about a recent convenience that you can also lean into a segue with. Overall, talking is something that can only get better with thoughtful practice. The best thing you can do for yourself is to do your best to purposely become more outgoing and pursue interaction to get better. Challenge yourself and set a goal for a number of interactions with strangers in a week. Only through more face-to-face conversation will you be able to develop your skills in body language, tonality, and other elements to be more natural and have more fun with speaking. Social interaction is a skill, and practice makes perfect. If you enjoyed this video, I hope we can help you with some of our other content, and as always, best of luck on your journey.